Hi Rob, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, Chris. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So you're aware that the Premier League Charitable Fund is 10 years this year,
hmm
and you yourself have just celebrated a 10-year anniversary at the foundation, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does it feel to have been here for 10 years at such a young age?
I know it's been a crazy journey, hasn't it? I think coming out of sixth form after 1 year of not really wanting to go back and complete the second and trying my best to get anything or any excuse just to get out. Basically, I think I'd just done with education and stumbling across the apprenticeship as it was to go into school sports coaching and sort of being on this amazing journey where I've been able to impact so many people's lives through PPA sessions as a support coach initially, and then through Primary Stars in 2016 and Kicks from 2015. And just engaging with different people from different walks of life of all ages has really allowed me to go on this incredible personal journey that I've been able to share with people in my community, and it's really special, and it's something I'm really thankful for.
Yeah, and some would say that over that time period, you've transformed as an individual, and certainly the foundation's transformed over the last decade. And the reason that I'm calling you today is to actually let you know that you have been nominated and received an award for the best transformational journey as a facilitator. So just ringing to say congratulations, Rob, and to ask you a few questions about that journey and share that with the people of Sheffield and some people that will certainly have been part of that journey with you.
Mm-hmm.
So just explain to us, when and how did you join the foundation initially? It's quite a while ago, if you can cast your mind back.
Yeah, I'm a massive Sheffield United fan anyway, and I always have been. And like I mentioned previously, I'd come to a point after 1 year of sixth form education where I'd just completely done and had enough with it. I went from getting good GCSE grades to terrible AS level grades. It's something that I still get jibes at from my mum and dad even now. But I was looking for anything, and my original plan was just to try and get something part time, maybe in the club shop. And I went on a Sheffield United website and saw the advertisement for an apprentice sports coach and thought, well, why not? It's the old saying, you regret the things you don't do in life, so to speak. So I put my application in, and to throw in another cliche, the rest is history. I completed a 2-year apprenticeship, got level 1 football, level 2 football coaching within that. Spent 5 years as a community sports coach working across schools programs, football camps, and then later Premier League Kicks. When I did Kick, I think I did Kicks for 3 years, and then went from that into specific Primary Stars coaching, and then I was lucky enough to be successful in coordinating Primary Stars for 3 years, where that journey in itself, when the programme went from 15 schools up to 32, the impact we had with teachers and with children was mind-blowing, and some of the stories that would come out of that, you're aware, Chris, it's been unbelievable, and it's been really touching. So to be a part of that and to see so many success stories, to have had so many kids that I had at 10 now on our education programme as foundation degree students, it's quite humbling, and the journey it's really special, and it means a lot to me.
That's great to hear. And you've talked about your journey there, and you've just touched on at the end, you've facilitated other people's journeys as well through involvement in programs, particularly with younger children. And with regards to the Premier League Charitable Fund and the projects that have evolved over the last decade, what have you learned from your involvement in those projects?
That everybody has the potential to achieve. I think I've seen kids that have been dragged up, for want of a better phrase, and have not had a good start, and have not been given the opportunities that I was lucky enough to have, and what other people of my age have been lucky enough to be given. But if you give them a carrot, and you give these young people something to strive to be, and give them the tools to do so, they surprise you, and they can do it. And I've seen children go from being really poor in school and really struggled with behaviour, to be these model students, model pupils now in secondary, who are using their own stories. I mean, Rio was a young boy that we had and did a case study on for Primary Stars. He's now seeing people at secondary school get bullied, and he's stepping in and helping them and saying to the people that are doing the bullying, stop. You don't understand the impact it's having, because he's been through that process with his own story. And again, like, just to hear stories from his nan, it's quite touching, and it makes me feel proud that I've been able to help in that process.
That's fantastic. And there are many stories out there of other young people will be in similar positions that have certainly benefited from your support and the support of the PLCF over the years. You've moved on quite a bit since the early days as an apprentice. Your hairstyle certainly changed, that's for sure. Can you explain to everybody what you do now, and how have the PLCF projects helped you to get into the position that you are now?
So now I lead on all the operational delivery within participation and inclusion. So I manage or oversee Primary Stars with the help of one of the new coordinators who's come up from schools coaching and has a pretty similar journey to myself. And with the participation inclusion manager, Katie, who's been a really big support for me personally. I help lead on the KICS program as well, and sort of everything on an operational level within the Strand now sort of comes through me. And without the experiences I've had, I don't think I could do this role. And it's nice to have the balance where I understand what happens at the higher level, but I know what it's like on the ground, and I'm still out delivering within the community a couple of days a week as well. And it allows me to have the right balance and know what the foundation needs to do and what we need to put in place to really have an impact and help the people.
Okay. And you've just mentioned you are still involved in PLCF projects, and you still have your feet firmly on the ground while you're developing sort of leadership and management skills and knowledge. Over the last 10 years, there will have been opportunities to explore other avenues within the foundation or externally. So why is it that you continue to be involved in PLCF projects? What is it about the projects that you enjoy?
They give opportunities and allow people to do what they do and help them achieve what they want to achieve. I mean, we touched a lot on the young people, but it's having a lasting impact in the educational sector with primary school teachers, particularly around delivering PE lessons. And a big part of my old role as a deliverer was to work alongside primary school teaching staff, and they are a group that are forgotten. I think generally, even in these times, you always see people that are calling teachers for not being in work or not doing what they want to do, and people don't understand the amount of pressure that they're under. And you know yourself, Chris, if you're not passionate about sport or you're not passionate about anything, it is something that gets left behind. So knowing that we can come in and help people that need it and help teachers to deliver high quality PE sessions so that the programme and PLCF and Primary Stars has a lasting impact once it's not there, or once Sheffield United Community Foundation aren't in school anymore, to know that teachers can pick up what we've done and carry on that work. It's what the PLCF, I think 10 years ago, wanted to achieve, and they wanted to have a lasting legacy, and I think they are.
Yeah, and it is great to see those things. I'm in a fortunate position that you can reflect on 10 years worth of work alongside PLCF and alongside our local communities. So given that hindsight, what advice would you tell your younger self or any other young person who has maybe just started out on a PLCF project, and started out on a journey, as it were?
I'd advise them to make the most of the opportunity that they're given and throw themselves into it at 100%. Don't do it half-heartedly. Don't feel like, oh, this is something that's just going to pass and I don't really need to try on this, because it's not going to pass. I think PLCF are very committed to helping everybody that they possibly can in England and Wales, and through the power of the club community organisations and the power of the brand and the impact that it's already had over the last 10 years, it's proven a long time, and people need to be on board with it, because they give us the tools and they give everybody the tools to help the people that need it most in our communities.
Just being able to hear your answers to those, Rob, and reflect upon your journey, it is something that I've been fortunate to share that with you. And I'm very pleased to be able to award you this Transformational Journey title as a facilitator for those programs, enriching hundreds of thousands of lives probably over the decade with the foundation. So thank you very much for your commitment to that cause across the decade. And I'm sure many other people would thank you as well for that, and congratulations on the award once again.
No, thank you, Chris. Thank you.